Hi. Oh, where am I? There I am. Hi, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I want to play a little bit of one of my favorite Final Fantasy VII remake tracks, and it's like the first part of it is the um walking part. You know, when you're walking in the collapsed expressway, and then the other part's the uh, battle theme. So, hi, welcome to the stream. Um, today is art. Yay! um, we're gonna do some more toning of the comic, and hopefully, everything goes well on my end, technology-wise. I hope you're doing well. Happy Wednesday. Happy middle of the week. What did I say yesterday? Yeah, it's Wednesday, my dudes. And so, yeah, just gonna do some more of my indie comic art, Witchblade. Let me put music on first. So, I was like, I kind of want to hear some Paper Mario and the Origami King music, but there isn't really like a comprehensive playlist. So there's this kind of like broken up playlist on YouTube. So I hope it works out. But if it doesn't, then I'll switch to another playlist. So let's start that. I am really curious how they're gonna do the 1,000-Year Door, because y'all may know or may not know, but most people who frequent here know that's my favorite Paper Mario. So I'm kind of curious how they'll do it up. Yeah, let's move over to the scene. Oh, Haku's still up here. Well, he's not barking right now, so he's been good. So this is what we usually start off with. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 panels, and if you haven't been to one of my toning streams, it mostly consists of me going, does this look good? I'm not sure if this looks good. Does this look good? And yeah. But this is one of the fight scenes, and I'm thinking next stream we have let me count. There's probably gonna only be one more toning stream after this, which is crazy. Which means like after I'm fully done and do the back cover, I'll be able to release this chapter in full. So yeah, it's exciting. So yeah, let's get to it. Usually, if I'm not talking about if something looks good or doesn't look good. Speaking of, let me check the balance on the song. I can turn it up a little bit, right? I don't think I'm fighting with it too much. Let me know if it seems like my voice is fighting with the game music. Yeah. Triple check. Quadruple check, even. Okay, it all looks good on my end. As usual, if for some reason, like, my mic becomes crunchy, or, you know, things don't look too right, or if the stream keeps dropping. I usually know if the stream's dropping, though. But yeah, let me know. Because that's what happened last time. The stream dropped a lot, and so much that I was like, I don't think I even really have the full version here on Twitch. So I did something I said I was gonna stop doing, and I uploaded the art stream to YouTube as well. So yeah, which funnily enough, with the pauses taken out and everything, but then like still keeping everything in, I was like, that whole stream was just me talking about Final Fantasy VII. Whoops. But yeah, that's okay. So I mean, maybe it was for the best after all, that it kind of got interrupted. since I was just a little spoiler frog the whole time. Trying to see here. I'm gonna take a look at the sketch real quick. I think this is supposed to be like a full piece of hair, but sometimes with the hair, if I do like these kind of like crazy effects with it, I'll show it off in just a second. I do like crazy effects like this, where it's like kind of covering the eyebrows. I give it its own layer like this, and then I will gradient ease, and sometimes that gives a nice effect. Let's see where I want it. More near the middle, right? Yeah, so like something like that. Although I'm not fully convinced I even want to do like the lighter shade. I might just do my normal fill-in. But just in case I change my mind, I will keep it on a different layer. Remix of the Princess Peach castle theme. This game, so like I said before, this, the soundtrack I'm using is from Paper Mario and the Origami King, which, I don't know how many years ago it is now, but when I did play it, I talked about it pretty extensively, so, but I did play through the whole thing, and I did actually like it a lot. The music was really good, which is why I'm playing it today. And like I said, you know, if you can like separate that, like this isn't like the older Paper Mario games, it's more of a puzzle game than it is an RPG, in my opinion. Which I like puzzle games too, so it worked out. But like once I was able to kind of separate that, like, hey, this, you know, Paper Mario is never gonna ever be the same again, unless they do a remake, which is what they're doing. And but for me, like when I played this game, if I kept in my head that it was like, this is not an RPG, this is a puzzle game, I had a lot of fun with it. And with, you know, neat little tracks like this, definitely wormed its way into my heart. There's also, I don't know if we'll get to it, I don't know if it's in this playlist, there's a set of tracks called Shroom City and Sniff City, and it's like an area of the game, but it's funny because one of the songs had a real kind of the original song when you first get into the city is like, I don't know, it was just a really catchy beat, and I liked it a lot. And then when you transform the city back to Toad City, I was like, oh no, it's missing something. But then later, I think a lot of other people had the same feeling I had with the song. And they actually combined the two tracks together. And so now, actually, I can't... They both feel incomplete now when I hear them separately. I got it. It's like I have to hear the version with the tracks overlaid on top of each other. So it feels complete. Like I said, if the playlist is long enough to get to that song, I'll let you know exactly which one I'm talking about. But yeah, this is a fun action shot. I forgot some of his hair, though. I still have a bit of sinus issues going on. It's not nearly as bad as last week, thank goodness. But at times I'll probably clear my throat or still kind of sound sinusy, so if that's okay, thanks for sticking around. Yeah, those surprise tech issues recently have definitely been out of my hands. Whereas like initially it was like, oh, I was kind of had the streaming. I had some streaming issues. But now it's definitely like out of my hands kind of issues. So it's just like, well, yeah, the whole neighborhood's going through that. So. Hey, Danny, what's up? Buenos days. Yes. Spaghetti Wednesday. Oh, okay. I actually had crawfish today. As you may or may not know, my heritage hails from the Louisiana South, particularly New Orleans, and I know how to eat me some crawfish, as they say. So yeah, we had some crawfish this afternoon. It was delicious, and yeah. Cracking crawfish, just walk in the park for me. Too easy. I can go through 2 pounds of crawfish in... How long did it take me? I can't remember. I can go through 2 pounds of crawfish in probably like 15 to 30 minutes. I'm pretty quick with it. Never had crawfish and not intrigued either. I did. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a regional thing. I'll give you that. It's kind of like, you know, eating alligator too, you know. It's an acquired taste. But, I mean, once you get into it, you know, we got the little sauce and stuff, and you gotta find the right person to cook it, too. I found that the people who are the loudest about how good their crawfish is, usually aren't very good at it. Or at least that's what my cousin says. But, But yeah, you know, it's kind of like gumbo. Actually, it's better to compare it to gumbo, because it's like one of those things where, like, if you've had a bad gumbo, it'll probably turn you off of gumbo for a long time. But once you find a person who does it right, who like oh my gosh, you know, kicks. And everybody has their own person who does gumbo too, right? Everyone wants to claim, oh, my guy has the best gumbo. My guy has the best gumbo. You know, it's like that kind of thing. So, yeah, I mean, if you get the wrong, you know, cook cooking your crawfish, or the wrong cook cooking your gumbo, yeah, I could see how that could turn you off of it. But, you know, if you find someone you trust, whose taste buds you trust, and they're like, hey, I know a person, then you trust them. But, yeah, and it's usually family you gotta trust. I like boudin balls. I love boudin balls, too. I've mostly, for the most part, I've had good boudin balls. And not too many people have screwed it up. However, recently I had some boudin balls that were screwed up, and it's kind of turning me off of it for a while. So I haven't eaten it in a bit, but probably next season I'll go for it again. But it's like I said, it's just a lot of times it just comes down to the cook. And you got someone who's cooking this stuff really well. You know, it's like, I'll recommend this to everybody. But, you know, you get someone who you're like, oh, yeah, I'll just have boudin balls. And it's not your normal guy. And they cook boudin balls, and it's just not right. Just not quite right. And you end up like me, and I'm like, maybe no boudin balls this year. But, you know, little known fact, which I don't know if it actually is a little known fact, but, a lot of people assume, since I'm called Food Angel 2, that, I'm really good at cooking. And really it's because I like food. And, I love talking about food. So that's actually why I'm called the Food Angel 2. If you bring up food around me, I can discuss food. Last time you had boudin balls, it came with ranch dressing, and I was like, what am I supposed to do with that? I know, right? If you made it good, you don't need ranch dressing. You trying to tell me you don't believe in your boudin balls? You need to put ranch dressing on the side? What's that about? Oh, you figured that's why. See, you are like maybe in the, you know, the 30 to 40%, because most people assume that I'm called Food Angel because I cook. And I just recently started cooking decently, because you know, you get to a certain age and you say to yourself, all I can make is hangover food. And this is kind of a problem, right? Like, you don't want to wake up one day and be like, all I can do is make hangover food and nothing else, and I need to get better at other stuff other than, like, you know, breakfast hangover food. So, yeah, I started trying other things, trying to learn how to cook other things. How to get to a girl's heart, just give her food and you win. I mean, honestly, if you're a good cook and there is someone you are pining after, don't even waste your time on pickup lines. Just give her the plate of food, and yeah, you're right, you do win. But like, honestly, like, I like baking a lot. That's what I was better at for the longest time. I can't say that anymore because I haven't done a lot of baking recently. I've been trying to get better at cooking. And, like, when I tell you, like, my blueberry oatmeal cookies, I've only had one person say they didn't like them, but that's because they didn't like blueberries either. But, like, I have won over the hearts of many with my oatmeal blueberry cookies. So, true story. Just give her Cheetos. Baking? Yeah, Baking Frog. You know, funny story, speaking of, like, you know, Cajun, Creole, you know, South Louisiana foods, you know, one of our big things is king cake. And I know a lot of other cultures that also celebrate, like, Mardi Gras and, like, you know, that kind of holiday. They have their version of the cake as well. But, you know, with our version, it had been a while since I live in Texas. It had been a while since I had a good king cake, and I didn't want to like order it, like mail order it that year, or have to drive over and get it that year. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and make it myself. Which I did, and it turned out pretty good. However, it was such a dang hassle. Roscaderas, thank you. That's exactly it. I just can never think of the name when I'm talking about it. And so I made the king cake. It was really good. It was such a pain to make. There's so many steps and so many things you can screw up, right? It was the most stressful thing I'd ever made. So I never made it again. But, like, there was a point while making the king cake, right, where I was just like, you know, you do the dough, you have the dough rise, you make your filling mixture, and you roll that in the dough. And I got to that part, and I looked at it, and I was like, this is cinnamon rolls. I was like, this is literally cinnamon rolls. I could stop here. I could just not go any further and just make cinnamon rolls. Like, I was so exhausted at, like, the dough and the filling part. It was like I wasn't even close to finish, but the dough and the filling part had just worn me out, and I was just like, I could stop here. I could just roll this baby up, cut it in pieces, and make cinnamon rolls and call it a night, you know? But I was like, nope, this is something I really want to do. I want to do for myself. And I did finish it after all. And then even funnier, it was so good. So it's kind of a side story. Does king cake have a baby inside? Yes, we have. It is considered, yes, the baby Jesus is in, the plastic baby Jesus is inside the cake. Now, as a choking hazard, some places will kind of put it outside the cake now. They'll like, hey, put it in yourself. Or don't put it in at all, because it is a choking hazard. But, I mean, most places, if you get it from a Louisiana baker, they will definitely have the baby in the cake. So... yeah, you're not aware of the practice, usually with oh my goodness, this is like the tree song. I was like, wait, what is this on Paper Bar? Yeah, that's the tree song. And so, yeah, the tradition is, you know, with your group of friends or family, it's usually like coworkers though, so you can get a wider pool of people. You know, someone brings the cake to start off with, and what you do is, you know, everyone can have a piece, but whoever gets the baby has to buy the next king cake. So, like, say, this is probably done, like, say, weekly, right? Up until Mardi Gras. So, like, there's kind of like a Mardi Gras season. So before Mardi Gras, you know, someone starts the king cake swap, and then, like I said, if you happen to get the baby in your piece, you have to buy the next king cake, and that's kind of the tradition. Once again, like, living in Texas, people don't really follow that rule, but I'm sure in Louisiana they still do that. Oh, you have to make tamales. Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know that was the Rosca de Reyes version of it. Yeah, in Louisiana, you had to buy the next king cake. Or I guess, you know, if you knew how to make king cake, you would make the next king cake. But, you know, everyone just buy their king cake. As I told you, how time-consuming and, like, stressful for me making king cake was, I would not be like, hey, yeah, you make the king cake. No. I'd be too afraid someone would poison you with that king cake. Oh my god. But yeah, it was always fun. It was always a good memory, and something I really missed when we originally moved to Texas. And but like I said, you know, there's so many transplants from Louisiana now. Like, you can find pretty good king cakes here now. Have you tried baking pan dulce? No, I haven't. I'd have to look up a recipe, and I've never had anyone ask me either. So, yeah, I'd have to look it up, but I could try it. Like I said, I haven't baked as recently as I've been trying to cook. Like I said, because I was disappointed that I didn't really know too many recipes for myself, and I was like, kind of like, what do I have to offer except pancake and spaghetti? So like I started learning how to make chicken fried rice. I do a really good job on that. And then someone online had a really good, well, turned out it was a really good like chicken katsu recipe. And I followed that, and like it's probably one of my best recipes now. Baking stream. I would not be chill. Like, if I did a baking stream, we would have to change the subtitle to like stressful baking stream, no chill, zero chill. The way I'm like kind of relaxed for drawing is like the complete opposite for baking. Baking, well, not baking. I'm kind of stressed out baking as well, but like cooking used to be like way worse, and now I'm about what and what. But I get pretty stressed out when I cook, to be honest. It was funny, like before I got better at it, I used to have to like either and you know, if you are youthful, cover your ears for 10 seconds. But when I cooked in the past, I used to have to drink to get through it without getting overstressed. And then I started making a playlist. I made a crazy music playlist called like I'm Making Pancakes, and that helped me de-stress a little bit too, because it's just like one of those like don't put this on the auxiliary cord kind of playlists. So yeah. Drunken pan. Exactly. Which I guess to my mind, since that was the one thing I did well, like if I could put my brain in that mindset that I was doing drunken pancakes, then you know I was good. I was less stressed. that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. I'm actually not sure. But yeah, that if I did a baking stream, we would still, even though I'm not as stressed as I used to be, we would still have to change that subtitle from "Welcome to Chill" to "This is Stress Kitchen." Ah. Oh man, I remember one time. You know, as you may or may not know, but you probably do know, I'm really into Kingdom Hearts, and so one of my projects was making sea salt ice cream. And you know, I really wanted it to be perfect, so I followed the instructions to the letter, tried really, really hard to make it perfect, and like make sure the mix was perfect. But I don't have like a mixer, so when it would say to like mix things, I would always have to do it by hand. And I think you can't, with like a lot of ice cream recipes, they're usually not gonna come out right unless you have a mixer. So yeah, I was really disappointed when my sea salt ice cream didn't come out well, and it was very stressful. There may have been a little bit of tears. What would I drink back in the day? All right, anyone who's underage, cover your ears. 10 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. But I am a big rum and coconut rum person. So I kind of like my kind of like, I wouldn't say they're like fruity drinks, but they're definitely tooth rotting. I like my tooth rotters, so to speak. Anything with Coke, honestly. And I also really liked screwdrivers. So it's like I need a little bit of sweets in there. I take my tea with 3 sugars as well, you know, like that kind of thing. It's like I don't, nothing that tastes like lighter fluid. It needs to have a little bit of sugar in it, natural sugars or added sugars. But yeah. This underground theme remix is really nice too. It's so smooth. Do da do da do da. Man. Didn't know you were a drinker, must like. I surprise people with that. You know, I don't know about you, but if you've ever heard about that song about Jeremiah the bullfrog, you know, us frogs do drink. You know, it's a bit of a surprise, but we frogs do drink. You know, when it was a big meme at the time, the like they've taken the Hobbits to Isengard. They had a follow up from, I think, the same person, or they just did it in a similar style. I don't know, but they had the Parts of the Caribbean version of like that kind of song where it's like, why is the rum gone? Yeah, that was me for a long time. You know that song because of the toy. I love you. Yeah. I just liked the almost like, I don't know, there's some memes that are just like the editing that goes into them, and it's just all for a joke. It's just artistry. And so like between they've taken the Hobbits to Isengard and why is the rum gone? I really enjoyed those. Like, it's 'cause they, you know, just the editing and the catchiness of the one line. Back in my day, memes were art. No, I'm kidding. No. Like in every era, there's some memes that are kind of art, and there are some memes that are just like, why? That needs to stay. That will stay in the past where it belongs. There's this there's this Tejano song called El Sapo. It is La Cumbia del Sapito. Oh, okay. I've never heard of El Sapo. I'll have to look that one up too. The one that was used recently, the like meme song that I'm not sure like where it originates from, but they used it for Ganondorf, like rehydrated Ganondorf for Tears of the Kingdom. It's like the Suavemente song. I don't know if you've seen that one, but I was dying laughing for a whole day. That the Ganondorf dancing and being like Suavemente. It's by a band called La Sombra. Okay, I'll look it up. I'll look it up later. Because I definitely enjoy stuff like that. But yeah, I was. If you look up the Suavemente Ganondorf, like it's so funny. Hey, did anyone play Tears of the Kingdom? I said, like, I was interested, but I said I wasn't gonna play it because I just get completely lost with, you know, open world games. I think the funniest part was just seeing what people would build or, like, inventions they'd come up with. And, like, sometimes it would be videos of them having, like, really crazy combinations being successful. But then also funny were the ones where they would come up with this idea and then it was very unsuccessful. All you play is Overwatch. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I told you all I know about Overwatch is, like, my cousin was good at it and he played Reaper. And then, yeah. And then as I was watching him play it, I was like, even if I just played as, like, the sniper character, I would be very overwhelmed. I would definitely turn off voice chat, that's for sure. I would be extra overwhelmed if I had voice chat. There's, like, one time, you know, I was super into, like, DC Comics and whatever arc was going on at the time, and I was just, like, wanting to play anything with DC in it. So much so I tried, like a MOBA game. I tried, like, a MOBA game that was DC, and I very quickly found out that I am not good at MOBA games. And I was like, alright, well, I come to play games to have fun, so I think I'm gonna bow out of this. You just play support, I suck at DPS. Oh, okay. So everyone looks to you as a healer. Healer, go. Healer, adjust. See, that's kind of like Final Fantasy Online, which I've tried to play a couple times, but I keep, like, dropping it for one thing or another. Usually, like, some RPG that's come out. But I watched other people play Final Fantasy 14, and one video was like, the joke was just like, healers adjust, Yeah, apparently it's always the healer's fault when we... Exactly. Yeah, that's the main thing I hear with games like that. It's like, we lost the raid, it's healer's fault. It's like, come on, guys. I'm only one person. It's kind of neat though with Final Fantasy XIV. Like I said, I didn't get to play much. I think I had only done like one dungeon, which isn't much at all. But I was still enjoying it. I just, like I said, I think like another game came out, and I was like, well, playing this now. But I was like a summoner class, which I'm not sure what that was exactly. But I was having fun being like a summoner, getting like my different little summons to fight for me. Usually with the games, I do like being able to just like summon things and like almost like attack from far and dodge from far. I've noticed a lot of my favorite play styles, if it is like an active battle, are the characters where I can attack from far and dodge from far. I don't like things being like right on top of me. I really have to get used to that sort of playing style. Which is like, kind of like I was saying last art stream. I was talking about how much I love playing as Yuffie, because her play style is like, I mean, you can attack close, but for me personally, my favorite part is throwing the shuriken and like spamming the attack button and then retrieving it once I stagger the enemy, and it's so much fun. I'm taking a water break now, actually. I usually like to put my little water icon. I'm taking a quick water break now. Please use this as your reminder to hydrate. Don't forget to drink water. Very important. What's my favorite N64 game? It's funny because like when I got my N64, I was deathly afraid, and I have the wrong subtitle. Ha! This isn't Mother 3. This is art stream. I was so deathly afraid of everything. It's just like a baby. This is a baby. See, a lot of my elements didn't come up today. Interesting. Trying to refresh them. Like, hello, are you there? I don't know why it's not coming up today. But anyway, so yeah, there was just a lot of things I was afraid of, but I think it was a tie between Mario Party and Yoshi's Story. Like I said, I had a lot of the classics, but I was just so deathly afraid of everything. And I didn't have Paper Mario at the time. I didn't get Paper Mario until I was older. But like I had Mario 64. Just couldn't get into it because I was just deathly afraid of everything. Oh, you know what? I liked my racing games too. I was like kind of a baby savant at racing games for some reason. So I had like Mickey Speedway and what was the other one? Oh, the Star Wars racing game. Like the this is pod racing, you know. And I was really good at those. My cousins had Diddy Kong Racing and Mario Kart. But since I didn't have them in my library, I wasn't as good as they were. I had Super Smash Bros. I had original Super Smash Bros. I love that game. I was just awful at it. Why it was kind of like my mission for the longest time to get good at Smash Bros. Because the very first one, I was awful at it. Yeah, most games I was just terrified of for the longest time. Because, you know, I was a baby. But yeah, back then, my first game I ever beat, which, seeing that it was kind of like a high score mode anyway, kind of takes away from it a little bit, but it was a big deal to me when I was small. But it was Yoshi's Story. Yoshi's Story was the first game I ever beat. And like I said, I didn't realize it was like, you gotta, you know, you gotta try and score the highest. I was just happy that I even got to the end. Like, I got like a end screen, like a you saved the Yoshis kind of screen, like. And then when you save the Yoshis, they sing you like the ending song, and it's so cute. And I remember like 7-year-old me was just like so happy that I actually finished a game and that they were singing for me and that I could save the Yoshis. I don't know. Get congratulations at the end of yeah. Smash Bros. Beating anything in Smash Bros. Like the one-player mode in Smash Bros. Felt like a big accomplishment too. And then like at the end, yeah, kind of they would give you the congratulations, and then they'd have the little montage of your character doing different things, and that felt like a big deal too back in the day. Especially like I said, I really sucked at it back then. Oh, wait, let me see what happened. Are you watching? Yeah, I'm watching. Jeez. That's what happens when you do these kind of playlists. Are you still watching? Congratulations. I'm trying to think who my favorite... When I was young, so probably 7 years old, my favorite characters were Pikachu and Captain Falcon, I think. Those were my two favorites to play as. And I think any other character, I was just awful at them. I was really good with Captain Falcon because, you know, at the end of the day, you could just go, Falcon, punch! Falcon, punch! And, you know, almost like the people who use shotgun, like, spray and pray. It was that kind of thing. So that's why I was quote-unquote good as Captain Falcon. And then Pikachu, I mean, yeah, you could kind of spam Thunderbolt, right? And Pikachu had pretty good recovery. So, I wasn't bad as Kirby either, because also Kirby had pretty good recovery. So yeah, I did play a lot of Smash Bros. Even though I wasn't good at it. But, you know, there are definitely characters that are, youth friendly. The first game you beat was Rampage on NES. Wow. But isn't that like the side-scroller fighting game? Did you feel like you were worth $1 million when you beat that game? Like, it just, I don't know. I feel like the very first game you ever beat will always like stick with you. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm amazing. I am the best. It just makes you feel so great. See. Yeah, it's strange with games now, because I'm proud of myself when I beat them now, more for the reason that I tend to not finish games anymore. But then I'm also usually really sad when I finish a game now, because it's almost like I got sucked into the world so much, and now it's all over, and now I just have to leave everyone. And, I've started, you know, since my big ones that I like to play now are, like, RPGs, right? I definitely get that feeling way often now, more than not, where it's like, oh, now I have to leave everyone. Oh, okay. And it's like, you know, it takes a while, if you do replay a game, it takes a while to go back to it, because you don't want to remember everything, right? You want to, like, yeah, of course, there's gonna be some certain story beats you remember exactly, but there are other story beats that, like, honestly, when I'm playing Mother 3, I don't remember half the stuff. Like, I never played it myself. So, like, story beats wise, there's like a couple things, like, you know, broad strokes that I remember, but like, all the pieces in between, that's my genuine reaction. Like, I don't remember what's gonna happen next, you know? So, it just, yeah. Gosh, like, when I finished, Super Mario RPG, oh no, what happened? Accidentally pulled, like, my toolbar out. Hey, how'd you do that? Cut it out. Let me fix this real quick. Like, when I finished Super Mario RPG, I enjoyed it so much, but like, it was almost like I missed it. I wanted to go back into the world, but it's a shorter game. And like, I already remember all the story beats, so I would just be replaying it for the game mechanics. So I feel like I have to wait a while before I play it again, so the story could be new. Oh no! Yeah, sorry. You're gonna have to, like, type in snippets. I'm sorry. It's kind of to protect me from people who are, like, spamming or are trying to get me to buy something from them. That used to happen a lot when I first started streaming. So, sorry. I keep that on. Like, I don't take it off because I really did have an issue with it. Yes! Okay, it didn't block that. Alright, kids, if someone says that to you, you tell them no. I kind of was joking about that yesterday. Was that yesterday? I think that was yesterday, yeah. If a man says he's got the goods, do not listen to him. Walk away. Especially, like, what? It's implied that Lucas is, like, 14, 15. You gotta say yes, drugs are expensive. Oh, no, you know, my insurance has been covering me pretty well recently, so, you know. I had to work pretty hard for it, though. And when I say work hard for it, that means learn the system that is rigged against you and learn what things to do to get the system to work for you. That's what I mean by work really hard. But yeah. Since I had to move my gaming streams to Tuesday, so if you weren't here yesterday, I streamed gaming yesterday. And so I won't be having them on Friday for a while, for at least this month. And so yeah, I did Mother 3 yesterday, and there was a character being like, I got the goods for you. I was like, if a random man comes up to you saying this, tell him no. You were talking about how you got sucked into Destiny, spent hours on that game just to be... I heard about what happened to you guys. I kind of get into game news sometimes, and I heard what happened to you guys, and I'm very sorry. You kind of got, like, Star Wars games, like, when it comes to, like, microtransactions. I think that's what happened with y'all, too, in, Destiny. It just, like, became the land of microtransactions. Just like, okay, thanks for ruining a perfectly good game, guys. For a day one player, we just get a slap in the face. Jeez. It's like, you know, you can tell when a company is not listening to the creatives on the team and they're just doing their CEO BS. Like, let's see how much money we can, you know, milk out of these people. Instead of, like, thinking about the creativity and beauty and art of a game, they're just thinking of how much money it will make them, you know? And, like, people can tell when they're at least, you know, if they're being you won't mind at first sometimes, but when it's obviously like a cash grab and you're like sacrificing parts of the story and sacrificing even like gameplay elements just for a quick buck, people can feel that, and you get disgusted. I was into like the Sims community for a while too, and like with this latest Sims, that just like every pack they have to deal with, like basically all the normal features were just being held back so they could put it in like one of their 20 DLC packs. It's just, and it gets to a point where like at first you're like, oh okay, yeah, I'll do it because I really like the game, but then it just really starts to feel like you tore this game to pieces just so you could make an extra buck. It's sad all these online games will be non-existent in 10 years. No more physical retro. I mean, they're trying so hard to get rid of, like, people having physical copies of things. It's not even funny. And, like, that's why I'm just so intent on having physical copies of things. To me, it almost feels like, and this might be a little bit of a stretch, but this is kind of how I feel. How, like, they took, like physical keyboards away from phones and physical headphones. You have to have the Bluetooth to get it to work. And it's just one of those things that's, I don't know, it's kind of, to me it feels kind of elitist, right? Some people don't have like the right kind of circulation running through their fingers, right? And with that physical keyboard, like, you could still use a phone like everyone else. Now they don't even offer, like, phones with physical keyboards. Or at least I haven't seen one. I personally would... If anyone knows of a phone... like, okay, PSA here. If anyone knows of a phone with a physical keyboard, please let me know. Because I think they're all discontinued, right? And some days my fingers just aren't pressing the right stuff. And, like, it drives me mad. And then, like, recently I saw people talking about how, like, with media, people don't wear headphones anymore to watch their stuff, and they're just, like, letting people hear all their stuff, like, have some courtesy about other people's noise space or whatever, so they're just having people listen to what they're listening to. And I'm like, on one hand, yeah, you can get mad at the person, but also get mad at the companies for, making you have to buy Bluetooth headphones just to listen to stuff. Like, it was so much easier, like, you just spend, like, how much were, like, a pair of, like, wired headphones? Like, say your headphones went out, you could just go to the gas station, get, like, a $7 to $10 pair of wired headphones, and you're good, Like, it just feels kind of like an elitist thing that is just more like, why break something that is not broken just so you can make an extra buck? It drives me crazy. Like, why break something that is not broken to make an extra buck? Old people phones. I know, like, the only ones with the keyboards are, like, with these giant buttons, and I'm like, I'm not asking for a giant button. I just want a normal button. I want a button I can press and it will do the thing. I don't need a, like... Remember the sidekick? I remember the sidekick. I didn't have a sidekick when the sidekick was popular, but, I could appreciate them from afar and be like, cool sidekick. I'm trying to think. I think that's around the sidekick time. I think that's probably when I had my first flip phone. But, it's all muddled for me now. I can't remember what came when now. That might, because the sidekick might be old enough where I still had my Nokia. I tell you, I loved that Nokia. There were times where, like, younger me, I would get, like, I got angry and, like, I threw my Nokia And then after I cooled down, I would just pick it up and put it back together, and it would be fine. It'd work fine. You can't do that with phones now. There are major consequences for throwing a phone now. Nokia Snake. I loved Snake game! Oh my gosh. This is so good. Snake used to be one of my favorite phone games, actually. That, and then the fact that, like, the Nokia brick let you make your own ringtones. So, like, with the little, like, MIDI tones they had, you could, like, almost do, like, Animal Crossing town tune and make your own ringtone. It was kind of cute. In Phoenix Wright as well, Phoenix Wright's ringtone kind of sounds like a Nokia brick tone. And so, because of that, I don't know if it is right now, because I changed it to all Final Fantasy VII, but I think my last ringtone was basically, Phoenix's Nokia version of the Steel Samurai theme. Rodent's Revenge on Windows. What's Rodent's Revenge? Is that weird? I remember there was one, like, a weird grid game, which used to creep me out because, you know, I get scared of games when things are chasing me, so yeah, I had a problem with Pac-Man as well. But there was this one where, like, the cats are trying to catch you on this grid, and you're a mouse, and you have to get the cheese, but, like, you can only move a certain way. Yeah, okay. I know exactly what you're talking about. I played the game. I was terrified of it every time I played it, but, you know, I enjoyed it, but, dude, I was too stressed playing that game. Like, my stress levels were like, you know, cheese, and if I move here and the cat catches me, and, This is why, if people know me IRL and they're like, just calm down, don't worry about it, I'm like, do you know who I am? Do you remember, like, who I am? I'm only chill when I'm drawing. This is the only hobby that makes me chill. Otherwise, I have zero chill. Now the stream is Mena-Frog's Ode to Art. Oh, Art, you're the only thing that keeps me chill in this world of ours. I love you, Art. And then, I don't know. The end. Should have tried to make a haiku out of that. You know what's funny? When I picked this playlist, I thought they would play more of the, like, Paper Mario battle themes, but this is, like, more of the field themes, which is... It sounds really cute in contrast to what I'm drawing. It is a very relaxing game for the, like... I mean, there's some parts that are, like, you know, hit you in the feels, but I think overall, Origami King's a very relaxing game. Play the Sonic Romance stuff? Maybe, yeah. You know what? I probably will. After... Let's say at around 3:15, I can switch over to the... It's actually the playlist. I love how you've called it Sonic Romance, and now I'm just like, yeah, it's Sonic Romance. I think the playlist is just called Sonic and Chill, actually. Although I kind of wish there was, like, a version of, like, lights, camera, action in there, because that's actually one of my favorite Sonic tunes now. Lights, camera, action. Maybe I'll do, like, a non sequitur. Like, I'll do that song, and then we'll transfer over to the Sonic and Chill playlist. Like, that playlist is crazy. It sounds like step-in music, and I'm like, okay, alright. Someone was cooking with this Sonic music. This Sonic remix music. Sonic and Cuddles. You know what, like, it could still be Sonic and Romance, Sonic Cuddles, even though it's called Sonic and Chill, because, you know, they got, like, Netflix and Chill, right? So, like, if it has the same connotation as Netflix and Chill, you know, same sort of thing, right? We're just gonna, I'm gonna just color his hair black and then put the highlights back in. AKA his gray hair. Okay, so this slight next non sequitur will be about me getting old. So I've been finding more gray hairs recently. So I was like, oh man, they're really like cropping up now. They're not like, you know, one, and if I wanted to pluck it I could. Now they're just kind of find a new one every day. But on the good side, like, you know, silver lining to all this. The good news, it seems like they're gonna do the, you know, the cool, I don't know, X-Men Rogue thing. I think, like, they're all growing in one strip area. So, I don't know, maybe in like a couple years I'll have like some cool gray strips in my hair, like I meant to do that or something. But yeah, that's kind of what I meant to do with Corrin's hair. I mean, when you're reading the comic, it's kind of up to your interpretation, but in my mind as the artist, when I draw his hair this way, it's with the idea that he has gray and white strips in his hair. And now, some people may read it as he has very shiny hair, which you can probably make that inference as well. There's like one manga that I really liked where, as the reader, like, in my mind, the character always had, like, to me, like, he just had, like, platinum blonde or bleach hair. And then, like, in the key art, it was just, you know, dyed hair. It was just orangey dyed hair. And I was like, alright, in my mind, he still has, like, bleach hair. So, you know. I'm not so, I guess, I love my characters. Don't get me wrong, I love my characters, but, like, if someone has their own headcanon about them and they're like, I think their hair is actually this color, I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'm not like one of those authors that are like, no, my characters are not like this. It would just make me happy to see people like them as much as I do. Okay, where's Blake? Okay, here we go. Kind of like the eye dropping from previous comics, so I get the colors similar. Well, once we switch to Sonic, I will probably start talking about Final Fantasy VII again. It's just on my mind. I actually haven't played it the past 2 days because I've just been so tired. So I've just been going to sleep. But think I have some more stuff to say about it. Oh, okay. I just thought of something. So April Fool's Day, I think for the most part, like, I would say April Fool's Day is probably, on average, least favorite holiday for most people. I think last year I even talked about how I don't even think about it anymore. Well, okay, so this year, on Tumblr. So on Tumblr, they did this thing called, like, the Boopometer, and it was literally just a cat paw, and you could, like, boop people with the cat paw. It was just like a cat version of the poke button on Facebook, and it was really fun. I kind of got into it for a little bit. Sup, late? That's okay. Thank you, Sarian. Thanks for stopping by. I was just talking about how on Tumblr they for April Fools, instead of, like, you know, doing a cruel joke, they made a boop button. And then you would, like, boop people you knew or didn't know with a cat paw, and everyone was really getting into it, and it was just cute. It was a lot of fun. It kind of reminded me of, like, early internet interactions, because I don't know, a lot of people try to keep to themselves now, and they don't want to, like, overpost either, which I get that. Some people have to play to the algorithm, crap like that, but it was just fun. It was just fun, like, people being like, I done booped you. And then you can, like, boop them back. Or, you know, it was just silly. And I guess the fun of it was, like, it didn't feel like something was tracking you, or, like, something was just, like, getting you to do something, because then now your advertisements would now be, like, structured toward whatever you liked, you know? It just felt like non-committal, like, boop. I don't know. It was cute. It was cute. Yeah, you're much more private now. Yeah, I feel that way too. I feel like I kind of have to keep things separated now. Not to reference the song, but a little bit to reference the song. But I do kind of feel like, internet-wise, I gotta keep things separated. You know, like, I feel like in the past, though, there was a little bit of, like, internet etiquette where it was just known that, like, you know, you have to be safe on the internet, don't put your real name on things, and, like, you use a screen name, and it was kind of just understood that, like, you're using a screen name for the things you do on the internet. But then, like, when stuff got, like, intertwined with, like, work, like, they would, you know, you put your real identity on the internet, and then, like, your work could look it up, and, like, stuff like that, you know? And, like, your internet profile had to be tied to your work with some things, like, especially with my art, since my art is kind of, like, my main thing that I do now, my social media has to be tied to my art, right? And kind of mixing those two gets a little weird sometimes. So yeah, it's just different. And like I said, the boop made it feel like an early, like, very early internet days where, you know, there was no, like, advertising or social media algorithm to please behind it, you know? It was just fun. It was a fun little thing. But, yeah. But, I've been saying, though, I do like to keep things a little separate. So, that's why I've said before that, like, most of my social media presence is, like, for my art and just to present my art, and I don't mind it being that way. And I think the closest you'll get to my full opinion on things is either here on the stream or on my Tumblr. So, yeah. It's just like, once again, you just have to be careful. Because, like, some people, I don't know, will get kind of weird with it. And you're like, oh, you think this? I'm like, no, stop reinterpreting things to fit what you're saying. I just... Not everyone has the best intent. Exactly. So, you know. Just gotta be careful. Just be smart, be careful. It's fun. I will be adding a lot of sound effects, it seems like. I did one, and then these are just kind of silent, so I'm definitely... It's looking like I'm gonna have to add some, like, clangs and plings and wachows and, or, you know, people will say, yeah, oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I was just like, I don't know, it'll be for, like, it's like, for what? I don't know. I mean, I know for what, but it's just one of those things where I'm like, I'm no one. I just make art, like, please. Get a life. So yeah. Like, I stream to have fun. Not to get famoso. And it was always funny, like, when I first started streaming. That's the reason why I have, like, the stream bot doing what it does, right? You know, you'd have people rolling in being like, you could be famous. I could make you famous. Go to the corner. Get out of here. Yeah, I do not want fame. I'm here to show how actually relaxed I am doing art. Whereas, like, with everything else, I am nay relaxed. Like, everything else I do is stress and anxiety, but I want to share how much fun art can be. And, like, I don't know, I just like showing off these little OCs that I do, and then, like, if I'm by myself too much with this, you know, it just gets kind of like, oh, they're just in my head. So, it's fun to share. Alright, so what were we doing? We're switching to Sonic? Alright, let's see. Okay, actually, before we fully switch to Sonic, I want to do lights, camera, action, because now it's in my head. Tip tap tip top. Be on my keys. Studiopolis? Okay. Yes. Let's do it. Alright, I just have to make sure there was no ad. Where's my little dancing Wes? I better put him up. Let me not forget him on there, but yeah. Want to know how I can save you 20? Daddy, stop! I can be your insurance guy. Streamer, let me be your insurance guy. Uh-oh, yeah, don't put mod on alert. Daddy, don't put mod on alert. Wait a second, do I have to block somebody here? No, but it was really bad years ago. I haven't really gotten anything like that recently. Yeah, like, was it like 2016? 2016-ish. Yeah, it was like rampant. bots were rampant on here. Saren, would you like an insurance discuss? What insurance are you offering? Streamer fraud. No. We can help your car's extended warranty. Your car's extended warranty needs updating. I forgot what the... There's like that auto call that used to do. Now the auto calls I get are like literally just waiting for me to say hello, and then they beep really loudly in my ear, and I'm like, well, like, I'm not listening to this, and then I hang up immediately. I hate the ones that beep loud. I swear they're trying to ruin my hearing. It's just like, I go, hello, and then it goes, beep! And I'm like, oh my gosh. It's like, are you trying to ruin my ears here? Is this the new goal now? Like, they're not actually trying to scam you, they're just trying to ruin your hearing. Yes, now a whole generation of... What? What, buddy? Well, time to put the dog up. My goodness. Woof woof. Alright. Oh my gosh, it knew what you wanted. It literally went straight to Sonic and Chill. I didn't even have to click over. It's funny. He stopped barking, so we're good now. But I'll keep him up, because he may start again at any time. I'm gonna try and refresh all my buttons again, but I don't think they're... I think they're just not coming up today, which has not happened in a while, actually. We offer pet prescription insurance. You know what's really scummy about those pet insurance places? Which I guess it's kind of true with human insurance as well, but like, if your dog has already been diagnosed with thing, they're like, no. And you're like, oh, alright. Cool. I learned that with Chico, unfortunately. So, yeah. If you already have thing, it's like, yeah, no, we're not offering anymore. Gosh. So, whole nother topic. I love drawing hair like this. It's probably like my favorite thing to do. Look at the shines. Look at the shine. So good. That's America for you. Yep. That's American insurance for you. It's completely... You need to pay for it. Also, if you're already sick, no more for you. That hair immaculate. I know. We gotta ask this man what shampoo he's using. He's probably one of those people who are like, I use nothing. And you're like... Shaking. Oh, you use nothing. How good for you. If I, like... Honestly, if I don't condition my hair will make me pay for it. Like, if I forget to do like the dry conditioner, the leave-in conditioner, my hair's like, oh, you want war, do you? Seems you've forgotten about me again. Honestly, as the person who made this character, I think what he would do is he actually would have a hair care routine, but just to like mess with people, he would be like, oh no, I don't have to do anything to have this luscious hair. He would just lie. Like the rest of The Rock has a shampoo line. Oh wait! I didn't know that! The Rock has a shampoo! I mean, you know, even as a bald person, I think, you know, you gotta keep your scalp dandruff free. Like, you're... Bald can dandruff, I have heard. I wouldn't know, but I've heard. But that is kind of funny. Upon first, you know, hearing that. It's like when I complain about my hair, one of my friends is like, wow, I totally relate to that, and he doesn't really have hair. That's funny. The Rock's like, I'm gonna keep that scalp dandruff free. You can count on that. Oh, see, this is the like the step-in song. This is like the step-in Sonic remix. Just gotta see. I think in the original. Yeah, this didn't have a color, but I started giving it a color, so just gotta color it in, I guess. This is the kind of music you play on a hot date. You're like, you kind of use it as like a a test for your date, though. You're kind of like side-eyeing them as they listen to it, like, because either way it's a bop. But you keep looking to see if they recognize it as Sonic music or not. So what do you think of this? What do you think of this song? It's pretty cool, huh? That's how I do it. I play video game music and see if they vibe. Do you think this music is good? What do you think about it? I mean, as long as they say it has good vibes, then yeah, we're good. But even better if they're like, oh my gosh, is that Sonic Marble Zone? And you're like, oh my gosh, they know. They know. It's not showing on the stream today. I don't think the chat's showing on the stream today, but this is great. It's like the duality. The duality of human. Oh, this song's some chill stripper music. Why not both? This is good. You know what? I'm glad I put on this Sonic music. This remix of Marble Zone. Keeps looking over. Did you know that was Marble Zone? Did you know it was Marble Zone? Did you know? Do they know? Do they know this is the theme of Sonic? But it's been slowed down? So you can, like, step to it? It's good. There's like, there's a person on, I can't think of the screen name because, my cousin usually sends me their videos, but they're fairly popular, so you probably have heard of them. But they do these, like, wedding DJ mixes to where like they're playing the song, but it turns into like I don't know, like a Resident Evil song or Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It's like when you're playing for a wedding, but the bride and groom are fans of Pokemon. I think it's like all their Instagram like things or stuff like that. It's really funny. Yeah, exactly. That's what this reminds me of. Just gonna slip in a little bit of Pokemon in here. Slip a little bit of Sonic. So, I realized, thank goodness for social media, I realized I'm not the only one who, with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, is obsessed with, like, making sure they do the right things for Tifa to get... Because, okay, there was a point, someone, like, literally made a comic about it, how, like, every time Tifa comes on screen, they go, Tifa! Tifa! Notice us, Tifa! So, like, the other day, I was playing this quest, and, like, I didn't realize it was, like, the Tifa quest, and so after I finished it, the little, like, icon above her head changed color. What is it, buddy? I don't know. I think he wants to get out. I'm not sure. Buddy, are you okay? I'm gonna let him out. Give me a second. Sorry. I'll be right back. I'm back. I don't know. I think he was... So this is the dog that I'm talking about. The one on the screen right next to me. He is eating wood. Like wood chips. Again. And, you know, dogs aren't really supposed to eat that. So, yeah, I had to stop him from doing that. Made sure he had water. So, anyway, he's a little garbage disposal. So, anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, Tifa. Tifa's great, right? So yeah, I did this quest, and then, like, I didn't realize it was a Tifa quest. And then, like, the color, there's, like, a little icon above their heads, and the color of it changed. And I was like, oh no! Like, is this a good change? Is this a bad change? I don't know, I think it's good. I got so worried. Because everyone else's was, like, green, right? And, like, Yuffie, I just met Yuffie, so hers is a very different color. But that's to be expected, because we just met her. And, like, Tifa, our beloved, yes. I was like, oh no, hers is a different color, what is that? Like, is this a bad thing? Everyone else's is green, and hers is, like, blue. What does that mean? I was, like, so worried. And so I had to, like, after I ended the game, I went straight to, like, game FAQ. I'm like, what does the blue circle mean? And, also because my screen is... Oh, goodness. Buddy. Also because my screen is smaller and they're expecting everyone to have, like, 4K ginormous screens. Some of the stuff I just can't see. I just literally cannot see it. And, I looked it up as soon as I could. And it means Tifa loves us the most, so, ha! Yeah, it was worth it learning that stupid card game that I didn't like. Which I found very quickly. Most of the mini games I don't like, but it's fine. I don't mind. Oh heck yeah! I want to play it. So I know. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to spoil too much at all, but I do want to say, oh my gosh, they all look so good. Especially once I fixed that lighting thing. I was like, oh, everyone looks amazing. They even like, they don't have Barrett wearing his glasses as much anymore, and then you could see his beautiful eyes, and you're like, this man has such beautiful eyes. Oh my god. One thing I wasn't expecting, which, one more thing, I hope this isn't spoilery either, but one more thing that isn't like super spoilery. I was not expecting, I don't know, I guess Red was, Red 13 was characterized differently in the original game. In this game, he's kind of like a little snarky gremlin. He's like a little snarky gremlin guy, and I'm like, oh my god. I was not expecting that out of you, but I'm here for it. So, it's great. I've been having a lot of fun. It just really, I think it really works well though, with Cloud being the protagonist. As much as I said earlier that, like, playstyle-wise, I want Red to be the leader. If it came to gameplay, I actually would want Red to be the leader. But the game won't really let you do that. But from a storytelling standpoint, gosh, it's so smart that, like, Cloud is the leader. He just, I don't know, there's so many good qualities of, like, he's confident, but also he's, like, unsure of himself on things, and then, like, he also is, like, dealing with some stuff. His, like, reality, his perception of reality is not always quite correct. And so it just makes for a great storytelling vehicle. And, so he's just, like, he's not the bland protagonist either, you know, like, that you could impress yourself upon. You know, it's just, like, he has his own, definitely has his own personality, but, like, you know, his perception of reality is altered. It's like, you are aware of that the whole time that you're playing, so it's just, like, wondering how, like, the mystery is figuring out, like, what's real and what isn't. And it's a lot of fun. Also, they treat the hooded guys very differently than in the last part. So I won't spoil that, but I will say, like, I feel like they're kind of being treated a bit differently in this second part. But yeah. So yeah, glowing review from me so far. I think the next time I'll talk about it, I'll try and hold back. The next time I'll talk about it, I'm gonna go more into, like, hopefully I'll have, like, one more new character. So I think I'm getting close to that spot, but I'm not sure. So once I get another new character, I'll kind of talk about it some more. But yeah, it's reminding me a lot of, like, how when it comes to games and it's like active RPGs, it just makes it even more clear to me how much I rather games where, like, thing is not running at me and I'm far away from enemy or thing. It's like, I prefer the playstyles of characters where I am over there and the enemy is, like, over on that side of the field. It's like, do not let this thing get in my face, do not. Although, like I've said before, I do like the agency of being able to control my character, though. Because that was one thing that did kind of annoy me in 13, where it's like, yeah, your characters are active, but like sometimes they will just walk right into an attack, and you're like, bruh, Snow is my sentinel. Why are you walking right next to Snow? Stop that! Stop! I want you over there. So, I do like that, you know, I can control that, where I'm like, I've made it like, this character my sentinel. Do not stand next to them. Oh, this one's fun. The chemical plant zone, right? Yeah. I'm like asking myself, I'm like, I am the Sonic fan. Like, yeah, chemical plant zone. Like disco version of chemical plant zone. Alright. I don't know if I'll get to lettering today, but we'll see. There's a lot of action in these scenes, and I do want them to look good, so try not to, like, skimp on anything. Let's do this one first. But yeah, speaking of trying to avoid spoilers, even with me having the game, oh my gosh, it's been very hard too, because now YouTube, since I guess they know I am interested in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, because I looked up that song from the side quest. Now they're recommending me like songs from later in the game, and some of the song titles are kind of spoilery, and I'm like, no! Stop, YouTube! Stop recommending me things. I didn't get to that part of the game yet. He's trying to show me like cutscenes, and I'm like, no! Stop! So the true spoiler. Hey, one. The true spoiler all along was Haku. No, I'm just kidding. The true spoiler all along is YouTube. That's why I steer away from anything until I finish a game. I know. I tried, but I like that puppy dog song was the cutest thing, and it was like an earworm that whole day to me, and the only way I can get a song out of my head is hearing it again, like the actual version of it, because if I'm just humming it to myself, I'll be humming it all day. And I was just humming, literally, I was just humming bow wow wow all day. I was like, I gotta look this song up, or I won't be free of just singing, like randomly sing bow wow wow. It's like trying to have a conversation, and then my head's just like, wow, wow, wow. Dang it. That's like, the song I played today even, it's from the last game. But like the Collapsed Expressway song had been stuck in my head, so that's why I played it, so I could get it out of my head. What, buddy? He's getting like done. He's like, it's time to end the stream. He's getting kind of antsy. But yeah, the best way for me to get a song out of my head is to play the original song and not, keep humming it in my head. What? Do you want to leave? You can leave. Oh my goodness. You can leave. You don't have to stay in here. Alright, BRB again. one thing is so true about Pomeranians that I only heard in like from other people who had them are like even fictional Pomeranians. They are fiercely loyal. You know, for how goofy he is and like he eats wood and like stuff like all the things he's not supposed to. He's probably my most loyal dog I've had. Yeah, he eats wood. Yeah. He's definitely different in that respect. No sense of self-preservation at all. But yeah, he's fiercely loyal, which is like night and day from my very first dog, Baby, who, don't get me wrong, I love him too. He was a beagle, but he did not give a crap what I was doing. He was like, oh, you're gone for 2 days? I didn't notice. Whereas Haku's fiercely loyal, so like I have, it's almost like I have to dismiss him, like you may go, you may leave. You don't have to stay with me. I want a pupper, but I cannot care for one by myself. Keep thinking about getting a kitty. Kitties can be kind of crazy too. It really depends on the temperament. If you're a person who kind of needs a good guard dog, but is also low maintenance, my last dog, Chico, you know, Chihuahua mix, he was loyal. He was loyal too. Not as fiercely loyal as Haku, funnily enough, but he was pretty loyal. Pretty good guard dog and very low maintenance. He was such a good dog. So he was kind of like a cat. Like he was cat-sized. So I love cats too, but my cat is so independent. Like I've seen other people's cats are very loving. Like they'll actually want me to pet them and stuff. But my cat is very like independent. Probably comes from the fact she's probably like half feral. But you know, she's another one that doesn't care if I'm here or not, honestly. Which I can respect it. It's good. She is very insistent though that I feed her at the set times that we have agreed upon though. If I miss my mark on the set time we agreed upon, she will come and find me. She doesn't care what I'm doing for anything else. But if I miss the set time that I've agreed upon, what happened to my pen pressure? Okay. Pen pressure, no! Oh god. Okay, let me see. I may have to restart my tablet. 1 second. But yeah, my cat, she doesn't give a crap what I'm doing. However, if I miss the scheduled time in her mind that she is supposed to be fed, she will come find me. Like, meow. Meow. She's very sassy. My pen pressure is still gone. Ah, that's beans. Okay. Well, I guess I'll be doing everything in marker now. Shoot. That sucks. Until the end of the stream. That way I know about how big it's gonna be. So yeah, so just, you know, just know no matter what animal you get, they, you know, they're gonna have very different temperaments. But if you know your way, like if you have better experience with cats, then of course, you know, get a cat. But as a person who has more experience with dogs, you can find a dog that's like a cat and a cat that's like a dog, if you really want one or the other. Yeah. My dad named my cat because I adopted, like I saved her from the work shed, the shed I was, well, the work I was at had a shed, and she was gonna be stuck there overnight with freezing temperatures. Her mom had abandoned her, so I took her home. Happened to be my dad's birthday, and I told my dad happy birthday. as I gave him the cat. So I joke and say it's my dad's cat, but he named the cat too. So the cat's name is Thomasina. So yeah, she is very fiercely independent. Very fiercely independent kitty. Except when it comes to meals, she's like, ahem, you've forgotten something. Also, he usually takes her to the vet, so when she's put in the kennel for the vet, so they say when cats meow, a lot of cats are like trying to mimic their humans, and I'm almost certain she's doing that for our benefit, because when she was younger, she used to chirp instead of meow. But, like, when she's, like, in a kennel or something to go to the vet, she, like, enunciates meow. She goes, meow! Like, human, I'm talking to you. Cease this at once. She is mad. Exactly. Human, you cut this out right now. Meow! It's great. I love animals. It's like even between my friends, like I've, with their pets that I've met, it's just like so different temperament from like cats or dogs I've had, It's just so cool. All their little personalities. But yeah, just in general, Haku, this all started because I was talking about Haku being fiercely loyal. I literally, this is my first dog, I literally have to, like, dismiss him. I'm like, you may leave. There was a Pomeranian, because that's the one I always think of. There was a Pomeranian in the game Ghost Trick that I always think of, who was like fiercely loyal and to his owner. The part's really sad too. But yeah, Missile, yeah, exactly. And just like Ghost Trick, yeah. And I always think of him being like, I will always protect Miss Camila! And just like, oh. But it is not just for the bit, like, Haku is really like that too. He knows nothing of his size. Missile is the creator's dog. Oh yeah. Didn't they, like, I know they worked in, they did, like, part of Phoenix Wright. Isn't it the same person who created Phoenix Wright? And so, but, like, the one in Phoenix Wright, they made a, not a Chow Chow. I can't think of the dog. Chinu Iba? Yeah. And then they ended up naming their actual dog Missile. And then they put real Missile in Ghost Trick. Okay, yes. Okay, cool. Like, I was hoping I remember it right. I was remembering it right. It's like, I try not to spread misinformation on the internet, but Oh, my pen pressure's back. Hooray! I was hoping it would show up eventually. Well, look who decided to roll back in! My pen pressure. Yeah, I can't really do highlights if I don't have any pen pressures. Glad that it's back. Honestly, I don't know how people work in Paint or what was that other artist who like does their work primarily in PowerPoint? Like, dude, That is awesome. Also, you are insane, and I love you. But I mean, like, you know, if you're really stuck on something, you really want to do it a certain way, then... when there's a will, you know? This is a really fun track, too. There's a certain texture for the shirt, so... This was kind of fun to... because I had to use a lot of references to get this one. I'd be like... when would you ever use a kick in sword fight? And like, most people are like, you wouldn't, but for like, show, this is how you do it. It was kind of fun to look that up. It was like, most sword people were like, you wouldn't do that, but if it's for fun or for show, this is how you would do it. It's like, I actually took my own advice for once and looked up reference for that kick. It was funny because I originally put it in the script, like, oh, he kicks here, but then I was like, wait, in an actual, like, swordplay, would they ever kick? And it's just like, the first video was like, no, they would never do this, but let's show you. Is this on Spotify? I don't know, I can look real quick. It shouldn't take me that long. And the back of the hair, I don't put too much shine on it. I kind of like to just do his little hair tangles. Show that he's got, like, curlier hair. Well, not really curly, just more like wavy hair. It's like a little bit of bedhead almost. Let's see. Funk. Look at the artist is called Funk Fiction. F-U-N-K. Fiction, yeah. If they're not on there, then they're not on there. Most likely, if they're an independent artist, and they're not on Spotify, because Spotify pays them terribly, they're either on Bandcamp or SoundCloud, and that's how you can support them. That's what I have learned, knowing quite a few musicians in my life. So... I know the Sonic and Chill album is on Spotify, not sure about this specific remix. Oh, okay. So yeah, there you go. So it is on Spotify. But yeah, this artist is called, Funk Fiction. Make sure I enunciate. Okay, cool. Question answered. We like to not spread misinformation on the internet here on this stream. We try and verify our sources here. Like, what, April Fool's was like, what, a couple days ago? Extra reason to not spread misinformation on the internet. Unless it's funny. Yeah, unless it's funny. Unless I'm doing it for a bit. It's kind of funny. I was noticing, because, you know, I kind of rewatch my streams so I can edit them for, YouTube. And, like, I was noticing maybe that's what you meant yesterday, Saren. But I was noticing yesterday, like, some of my jokes I was kind of, like, deadpanning. And I guess if you didn't know me or didn't know I had, like, dry humor sometimes, you would be like, did she mean that? Did she mean, wait, did they mean that? Did she mean that? And I was not explaining myself either. Like, on today I'll be like, just joking. Like, I definitely am making a point to be like, haha, or just joking, but yesterday I was not. I was just like deadpanning everything. And I was like, dang, dude. You played on your next hot date. Tell me how it goes. Tell me if they're a Sonic fan. So good, dude. You love the energy. Adding LOL. Honestly, that's what I do in text too, because it's so hard to tell over text if people are serious or not. So I'll usually... Actually, I'll put an emoji behind everything now. I know some people find that annoying, but I think it's more helpful than not. Like, because I've had more people misinterpret me over text than anything else. So I just overdo it with the emojis now. And I haven't had any issues recently. Is the Can You Feel the Sunshine remix. The original is amazing too. I love the singer. Maybe I'll play one of those next stream. Because I usually try not to do like vocal tracks, except in the beginning. So maybe I'll just put it in the beginning. It's another one of my cheer up songs. One of my happy day songs. Can you feel the sunshine? Does it brighten up your day? Also, another tough thing in the past with texting was they've tried to like streamline it now, but like if someone had an Apple phone and you have an Android, I have an Android. But if you each had a different phone and then like you use one emoji for one thing, but it looks completely different on their phone, and then be like, what? Like the ... what does that signify? That ... signifies silence. Typically it's just someone is like, you know, like deadpan silence. When people use lots of periods, yeah, it's like an ellipses. So either if they're using it between words, they're kind of like they're trying to break their thoughts up if they're putting it between things. But if they send you back only ellipses, then that usually means they don't know what the F to say. Ellipses are a boomer thing. Hey! Hey! I use ellipses a lot! Shush! You! Apparently, according to Zarin, I am old. Because I use a lot of ellipses, but yes. Okay, well, personally, as not an old, I don't think I'm that much of an old, but as an internet old, I suppose, I use ellipses. If it's between words, then it's like I'm trying to break up my thoughts, because sometimes my thoughts come too quickly, and so I'm trying to break up two different ideas. However, if I send you back only ellipses, I'm like, I don't know how to respond to that. That's like me being like, You tend to do multiple lines or spaces in between your thoughts to separate them. Yeah. Hate sending multiple messages. I used to be that way too, but then I had too many friends that were like, and maybe it's just my type of friends. Like, I have too many friends who are ADHD, but like they saw it as when I sent too long of a message, like, could you stop sending me a book to read? Like, could you stop that? Could you stop sending me a book to read? And I'm like, oh, sorry. Like, they thought I was sending them a book, and they would never read the whole thing. And I knew they weren't reading the whole thing because of how they responded. So that's when I started doing, like, a bunch of small messages instead. Because, my friends in college were like, please stop sending me a book. send a lot of things at once. You've had the opposite experience. Interesting. It just, honestly, I think it's just, yeah, it just depends on who you're around, really. Because, yeah, I used to send a book, and then people wouldn't read it. So I started sending, like, you know, little mini messages. So I just do pop, 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 like, you know, separate my thoughts into 3 messages. And like I said, with the type of friend group I have now, that works better for me. It's kind of funny though that you had the opposite experience. They're like, why are you spamming me with that's probably what they said to you. Why are you spamming me with messages? It's like, no, I'm just trying to break up my thoughts so you're not like, you know, lumping it all together. Jeez, so hard to please everyone. It made me feel bad. Oh no! It's either too much one thing or too much the other thing. You're like, ugh. Well, it's like the emoji thing too. There was someone I was talking to, and you could tell, like, they hadn't gotten the "you use too many emojis" thing said to them, because they were like full on using emojis on everything. Which I love that, because that makes it more clear, like, where their thoughts are in terms of text. But, like, me afraid to use more emojis than I'm already using, because, like, it's like, why are you using that many emojis? Are you an emotional person? Like, that kind of, it's like very conscious of that. Oh, Danny, you're leaving. Oh, okay. Enjoy your tacos. Have fun. See you next stream, hopefully. I love that too, but I feel so bad. Yeah. Like, but like they used a lot of emojis, and you could tell that, thank goodness no one had told them anything yet. But like for me, I was just very self-conscious about it, because like it was like I had seen, it wasn't someone told it to me personally, but they were making fun of someone else, and it's one of those things where you're like, aw, geez, like, stop making fun of so and so. It's like, because I do that. So it's just one of those things, like, I became self-conscious about because someone was making fun of someone else around me, and I was like, maybe don't make fun of that. And it's just like, they were still on, like, that horse, like, no, but it's too much, and they had to tell me how annoying it was to them. It's just like, oh, okay. Yeah. You can use as many as you want. Yeah! Same here! Even in chat, use as many emojis as you want, except when Streamlabs tells you not to. Actually kind of funny. I think Streamlabs does block anyone using too many emojis. I don't know if I put it on that setting, but it may be on anyway. I would use more emojis if we're easier on PC. Yeah, same here. I think that's why I just rather use my phone now, because like I said, I had too many people misinterpret me over text. And so that's why I like emojis, because I have way less than people misinterpret my tone towards them. It's a fun track too. This is not the Sonic and Chill anymore, let me tell you that. This is just a normal Sonic playlist, but this is like Spagonia Rooftop. Oh, it's been 2 hours. Okay, well, we're not gonna get to any lettering today, but I'll show off the finished version. You gotta head out too? Yeah, I gotta head out as well. What are you talking about? I gotta go too. Okay. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, this is probably gonna be it. I will add like sound effects and stuff later, but I'm out of time for today. Thank you so much for joining and for the good conversation. Sorry some of my things aren't working on my screen today, but this is the finished page, mostly without any sound effect text. So I may add some stuff in the background too. We'll see. Anyway, this is a lot of fun. Thanks for joining, and catch you next time.